using the verify tool in main. If we tap into main and under the drop down arrow here, there is access to a whole load of applications, including verify, which is this one in the very bottom right corner. And if we tap this, well, let's show you how it works. So suppose we want to simplify the square root of 45 for an example. So we tap in root 45 and tap execute. And suppose we think this will simplify to root 5 times root 9. So we'll tap in root 5, tap out to the edge and put in another root, root 9. Now when I tap execute, notice we get a very quick smiley face appear there to say we're on the right track, and so we can carry on. If I'd made a mistake and I'd put something like root 4 maybe times root 9 there and tapped execute, you can see ClassPad's quick to tell us we're not on the right path at all, and we can't carry on until we've noticed and said okay that that's not an equivalence. So let's go back to changing it to root 5, and maybe we can finish off by saying, well, it's 3 root 5 because the square root of 9 is 3, and tap execute and our work is done. We can't really simplify that much more. Now I'm just going to close the application and take a copy of this circle here, edit copy, and start it up again by tapping on F of X here. So I'm going to paste this one in, edit, paste, and this is the equation of a circle, and I want to find its center and radius. Now the way verify works, it can't work with equations, so I need to turn this into just an expression. So I've subtracted 11, and when we're finished, remember we've got to take that over the other side. So we'll tap execute and ClassPad tidies up what we've put in. So I guess our first thing is to say, well, let's get the x squared and the x term next to each other, plus 2x plus y squared. Here we go, y squared minus 4y, and we've got the minus 11 tagging at the end. So ClassPad shouldn't complain about that. It says, that's a good move, Charlie. And then we go to complete the square on our first two terms. So we need a set of brackets. Here we go. And inside there we'll go x plus 1. And out of there we want that squared. And then to correct that we need to subtract 1 squared, which would be 1. And then let's move on and do the y term. So inside our bracket will be y. And what have we got? Y minus 4. So that'll be halved, y minus 2. And we want to square that. So we'll pop a 2 up there. And then subtract the 4 squared, the 2 squared, which is 4. And then subtract 11. So with a bit of luck, we're on the right track here. Execute. We're doing good work. Now I'm going to cut and paste this down on this line and tidy it up. So let's get rid of the -1 there. So we've got our center at -1, positive 2. What's left at the end? We've got -1, -4, -11, which is -15, -16. How are we doing? It's good. And of course that's the radius squared. So if we copy this down one more line and say, well, that'll be -4 squared, tap execute, our work is done. We've discovered the center of the circle is at -1, positive 2, and it's got a radius of 4. And of course, if we'd made a mistake anywhere in there, we would have got the unhappy face.